What's going on, YouTube? Legend here once again, this time again with some more Honkai Star Rail, and it's time to talk about Anaxa. Assuming by this time everybody has probably seen, or not everybody, or people who can have seen what Anaxa can do. You've seen what he can do in a live stream. The early access should be out. You've seen everything, right? Well, I'm here to give you guys a warning. And for a lot of you guys, Anaxa might be a skip, guys. Now, not for everybody, right? Now, Anaxa, what he is he is essentially a sub DPS who can be used as the main DPS. So let's not get it twisted. He can make a pretty decent main DPS, but I'd say that his kit really gears towards him being a good sub DPS. And this main DPS that he would be a sub DPS for will be the Herda. So a lot of people are going to be getting him to be sub DPS for the Herda, the best in slot, and he will be the best in slot. But the thing is with the Herda, she has many options, right? And so Anaxa isn't filling an empty seat. He's making somebody stand up, get on the bench, and he's taking their place. Now, the whole thing I want people to be aware of is that the person that he's making go sit on the bench ain't no slouch either, all right? And that person is Jade. So, not a lot of people have Jade, so I do want to make it clear, right? If you have Jade, Anaxa is an upgrade, right? But he is not night and day that large of an upgrade. He might save you a cycle. He's going to make hit much harder, right? But from my perspective, you're not going to see that large of a difference between the two, especially if you have Jade and Linksha together and you're using the debt collector on Linksha and having Linksha just hit with her bunny over and over again. Jade is going to do more damage than Anaxa is going to do, right? It is what it is, right? But Jade just doesn't allow Herda to do more damage herself, which is why Anaxa will always come out on top. But Jade and Anaxa are very close to one another, right? Now, for those of you who do not have Jade, and you guys are using Sorrel or Little Herda, then Anaxa is a pretty big upgrade, all right? Now, for those of you guys who are in that situation, well, I'd say that Anaxa is a pretty valuable pick. He's a pretty valuable pick for your account. If Herda is who you want to vertically invest in, the Herda teams, then yeah. I like to compare getting Jade over Anaxa is like, let's say you're playing Fei Xiao and you have, Hunt March 7th, and you're like, should I get Hunt March 7th? Should I keep March 7th or upgrade to E1 Topaz, right? And that essentially is the difference between the two, right? Hopefully that puts things into perspective for you. Now that the whole craziness of casters is over, I do think that you're going to have a little bit more cushion as to getting who you want to get for your account without having to feel too pressured of who's this monstrous powerhouse, right? I mean, in terms of the near future. But Star Rail is a game that doesn't give you a lot of breaks, right? They don't give you a lot of breaks. They hit you with character after character after character. And most of these characters are great, right? Anaxa being one of them. He's a great character and definitely a good addition to your account. But you need to take your breaks where you can in this game, right? Because you can't get everybody. So my warning is essentially, could Anaxa be your chance to take a break real quick so you can save up and get the real strong meta character that you really want, right? And not trying to say that there might be Cypher, not trying to say that might be Hyacinth or whatever, but we don't know who's coming after that. But we do know that Finon is coming at some point, right? We do have an idea that that the girl with the violin might save Dot and bring Dot back because her buffs within the Divergent universe have a lot to do with dots. So that might be coming around the corner too, right? So we might have some meta unit coming in the near future, and this just might be the chance for you to save up and make sure you have a chance to take a swing at that. But hey, that's just my suspicion, right? I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what comes after Cypher and Hyacinth. But we do know what characters that we see in the story, you know? And based on how Star Rail truly operates, one or two of these characters are going to be cracked meta, out of control, stronger than anything we've seen before, right? We might get the power creep of RMC, so your Castress is hitting crazy, you know? And, you know, we might get Finon, who's just this crazy monstrous DPS, who's another tier 0 to add to the mix, you know? You know, we're going to see these things. So I just want people to understand and to make sure that they're getting who is absolutely necessary for their account when it comes to the meta. Based on what I understand, if you have the right erudition units already working with the Herda, then Anaxa is just a luxury, right? He's a cherry on top, right? He isn't the necessity for the team that you might think he is, because he's going to get hyped up because of how cracked he is. You know, he's applying every weakness. He's allowing the main DPS to do more damage. He's doing all these different types of things, applying debuffs, things like that. You know, he is a great unit. But I just think that, you know, in a game where we have a lot of great, when everybody's great, nobody's great, right? So, you know, just hold on to that freedom that you have to pick wherever you want, and then to use that as fuel. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to really get out to you guys. I mean, kind of a quick video. You know, I do apologize if, you know, the videos are a little bit lower quality because, you know, I am going to be on vacation. I'm going to be gone. So I kind of want to crank a lot of videos and kind of just, you know, post them throughout the time that I'm gone. So if you guys watched the other videos that I made of the other games like Wuwa and Genshin and stuff like that, I don't know what order I'm going to post them yet, but yeah, if you see that, you know, I probably already said it then, but yeah, you know, I'm recording this all at the same time. I'm wearing the same shirt. Don't worry, guys. I shower. I'm just recording these all now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys plan on doing when it comes to Anaxa? Did you guys get Castress? How are you guys feeling about all that stuff? Who you plan on getting in the future? Yeah, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are, what your plans are. Leave it down in the comments down below. Like the video if you like the content I'm giving. Of course, subscribe to the channel so you get more content like this. With Andy here, pleasure now.